Welcome friends, welcome back. Another episode of BigDenoPlays, Aeon Trespass Odyssey in Cycle 2 Abysswatchers. This is episode 4 and we just ended our last stream with the adversary finally catching up to the Argo, and we are about to face the Hermesian pursuer for the very first time. So we'll just go through the sheets. We've got a few changes. We've brought a maze runner along to this fight. One of the penalties of not bringing an Argo-bred Titan to a fight against one of these adversaries is, unfortunately, you will lose a random Argo-bred Titan. I do not want to lose my Earthshaker. I do not want to lose my Logic Breaker, and I especially do not want to lose my Skyseer. So we're bringing a Maze Runner as a sacrificial lamb, and that's okay. I'm happy with that. If she dies, she dies. There's also a gear card economy here, so the pursuer has the opportunity to smack some of our gear cards into oblivion. So unfortunately, we're probably going to be sacrificing Iapetius lifeguards, and hopefully we'll get something to replace them soon. Our objective in this mission against the Hermesian pursuer is to survive and do a total of, I think it's 5 wounds. I'll just check. 5 wounds. So I have set up the board, and here it is, the pursuer standing there, all set up. So we'll just go through the standard preparation. So we'll select our Argo abilities. In this one, we are going to once again go with Arrow Barrage. This one we will go with Losing Danger. Potentially we will take Pushback 2. I think we will go with Pushback 2. No, we'll go with increasing the rage, so Forced Kratos Reaction. So the 3 Argo abilities we've got: Forced Kratos Reaction, gain +1 rage. Choose a Titan, they may gain or lose 1 danger. And finally, Arrow Barrage, 2 tokens in the pool. Primordial Positioning, we select the Primordial. We have done the Flare cards, and then we mark a mark on the track. So go to Evolution. It's the first time we've fought the adversary. His facing is up. Whoop. I'm ready to roll. I'm excited to keep cracking on with this. As I've said in the last couple of episodes, I haven't played for a few months, and all I can think about doing at the moment is playing this game. Just continually, I'm like, yeah, let's go. So it's a Sunday here and just ready to play all day. How good. Okay, so let's kick off with the Hermesian Pursuer's AI card. So he's got a couple of rules in play. He's got Toying Killjoy, Winged Doom, End of Hope, and Flares. So to summarise, Toying, he will not attack us with his full power when he could. Every attack that we flip of his is -1 dice and does -1 danger per hit. So he's much, much weaker than he can be. He has unlimited move. He can fly wherever he wants, so you can't run away from him. If Killjoy triggers, and Killjoy triggers on 2 things. The first is if we suffer no danger from an attack, then you have to destroy permanently a gear card. End of Hope, at his end of his round, he performs a signature, and Finding Flares is this deck here, which we'll give a quick shuffle. These have been shuffled, but I'll do it anyway. All right, let's kick off. Pincer Slash. So the target is the closest Titan in front and in range. Closest Titan in front and in range. So no one's got any rage at the moment, so it's our choice. We'll give it to Philoctera. So we will get to decide. We will put it on the Maze Runner. 1, 2, 3. To go there. This monster does have a blind spot as well, I should say. Cool, so over to the dice tray. So it is normally 5 dice on a 10. Seems unfortunate. However, because of the toying trait, it goes down to 4 dice. Still unfortunate. And each hit will only deal 1 danger. So this is on Olympia. I've rolled a black. I need to roll that. Great. So I blocked none. She does not have anything to benefit her with that. So that means we are suffering 4 danger straight up. We would gain an Ambrosia token, but we do have Spewed by the Abyss, so on an 8+, we don't gain the Ambrosia token. There is an 8. So we simply take 4 danger. 1, 2, 3, 4. So toying does not trigger. We've rolled straight into a major trauma, a grave trauma for the Maze Runner. It's a wonderful start. And we get Blood Madness. Ooh. Gain 3 rage, 1, 2, 3, and 1 fate. Bleh. Okay. I'm glad we didn't get that against the Cyclonus. That is the end of that. If your fate is over 3 at this time, knock down and knock back 7 to the right. Do we want to evade that? Knock down, knock back 7 to the right. That would be another danger, which would be unfortunate. So it's off a crash. Yep, we'll use our lifeguard. It's 2 fate to reflex backwards 1. Over to the Primordials thing. So that's his first action. It's now the end of his round, so we do the signature, which is another awful pincer attack. Guess who he attacks? Exactly the same. Closest Titan in front and in range. It's only 3 dice on a 10 now. So Olympia, 1, 2, 3. Three danger. 2, 3. It's an obel draw straight away. There is the strong eat in this one, so we are a 50-50 on this one. So, and as I've said before, I like to do a roll because I have a tendency to know which one's which. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 1 on a 10. We fail to awaken. We are defeated by the Hermesian Pursuer. Well, I was hoping to actually get to make an attack before we were defeated. Unfortunately, I could have just pressed that. We don't. But in good news, we do reset Argo Fate by 2. Unfortunately, we've just sacrificed our Maze Runner for literally nothing. I really probably should have put those attacks onto someone else. Nonetheless, it's happened. We get, wait for it, a dead maze runner, and we lose a crew. We're down to 2 crew. We're going to spend an Argo Fate using our technology, I think, have I got that one yet? No, we've only got the one which is allowing us to protect the hull. Ooh, ooh. 2 crew. It's not good. It's not a good situation to be in. I'm actually pretty annoyed about that. I'm not going to lie, because we've got weapons and we've got stuff that we can fight that guy with. We would have been a decent chance, and I spent about 20 minutes setting up the board for 2 actions. Bit annoying. Oh well, it is what it is. That's how it goes sometimes. Good news is it'll be quicker to set up next time. All right. So the pursuer, we'll move him out of the way. We'll bring back our map. There we go. That's what it looks like, and there's a gap here. Wonderful. So we'll go back to our round summary. We just concluded the expedition step. We have no encounter. We're on to the advancement step. For the timeline, we have a structural technology. We will select Argo security. Yes. Or recruitment programs. I think we will go recruitment programs instead. Yep. And now we can use our technologies, structural technologies. So the first, we're going to use that one that we just selected, which is a refugee enrolment. Gain 1 Argo Fate to test diplomacy. Now currently at the moment we have a diplomacy of -1 for all 3 of them. So we're looking for an 8. However, if we succeed, we'll lower our refugees by 1 and we will gain a crew, which is a very, very good thing to happen. So we're going to do that right now. Argo Fate, roll an 8 to see if we can lose a refugee, gain a crew. Come on, Darren. It's a 4. Do we re-roll that? I'm glad we didn't. So Argo Fate did not lose a refugee to gain a crew. Okay, unfortunate timeline. Wonderful, and that's it. So we had no story, we have no doom. So we will move on to our next day. We will move the Argo. We're going to move across to 59. We have a glory. Oh, I need to kill my maze runner. Was there any other penalties for defeat, actually? I should check that. Defeat. Yeah. Rewards and penalties. Reset Triskelion. Subtract 2 fate. Gain resources. Timid. No. Casualties. No. If this is your first battle with the Hermesian Pursuer, add the Pursuer Sighting Technology card to your projects and gain 1 Argo knowledge. All right. $25. The Nymph in the Engine. Ooh. I'm not going to read this one out, friends. It's about a Forge Nymph. And we gain a new Forge Nymph card available. I will show you the fantastic artwork. She's a real babe. So we add a Forge Nymph. Done. All right, so we're on to 17. We have gained a glory, which is going to get us another Inwards Odyssey. She's going to take us to 26. We have our exploration deck. All right, 2 War Machine resources. Now at this point in time, that's only 1 adversary symbol. So unless we get another one, we do not spawn the adversary. So we do not spawn the adversary, but we gain 1 danger as a group from that. Maze fragment, 1, 2, 1 danger as a group. We'll put that on Telemarcus. Done. No thingy spawned. We gain a Titan. We lost our Maze Runner. No. We gained a Titan. And exploration step, symbols, acclamations, resolve adversary battle. There's no expedition. We just have another story. It's the Inwards Odyssey of the ship. We're at 26. Hey. I'm not going to I'm not going to read that one, but it's unlocked a technology on here that we track on our gear section. It's a thing called Pygmalion stones. I won't explain those. I'll leave those for you all to explore yourselves, but they're pretty good. All right, we have another timeline battle about to happen here, but before we do that, we have another move step. We are going to go to this location, and we have to be in this spot. So we will move the Argo to here. We will do this. We will look at the round summary, which is resolve the exploration cards. A Titan, yes. Whew. We aren't friendly, so we don't gain a rage. Temple of Ares, 2 relief resources. And unfortunately, we do have 5 refugees. So we gain 1 fate. 1 adversary symbol. And 1 relief resource, yes. Alrighty. We now do a thing called acclamations. So if we have a look at our timeline, you'll see that we remove these cards. So we remove number 6. We remove number 7. We remove number 4. We remove number 23. We remove number 8. We remove 6. And we remove 19. So all the acclimation does is it increases the number of resources you generate from searching around. So your average number of resources from those things go up. That's a good thing, because we need to find more resources to start mine better gear very, very soon. That's our acclimation done. We now have a combat research. Combat. Forced Kratos cooldown, I think. Yep. All right, that's the timeline. We gained our acclimation and stuff. All right, so we are going to now move into this location, which will be another move. It will be another timeline. We will have an encounter, 61. We're on the bottom. We don't have the ability to traverse up that upstream, so we can't go up to here. Not that we need to at this point. However, we do have to lose a hull or a crew. We'll definitely lose a hull. And then we do our exploration deck. 2 Fear Essence. And 2 War Trireme. We're gaining 2 danger and 3 War Trireme. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. And 2 danger. So we'll put 1 on Penelope and 1 on Telebacus. No, he's already got 1. 1 on Fisher. All right, that is our exploration done. So we're over to another timeline battle, and we shall once again face off against a level 2 Chimera. I now have to set up the board again. Downside of this. Okay, I've finished the setup. I have reached the level 2 for the Chimera. It's a good one. 14 wounds is the major change. However, for a level 2, there is some changes to some of the metamorphosis rules. And we have Highly Toxic, which is a card as well. So our ambrosia limit is reduced by 1. No! That is very, very problematic actually. So what I'm going to do here, because the Sky Seer has the ability to fly, I'm actually going to take Olympia off the Sky Seer so that no one else is walking through ambrosia tokens. She doesn't have any ambrosia limit changes or penalties. Is there any value in doing that? Yeah, I think so. We'll just do this swap, because that way we're less likely for our monster near Herodotus to die, which is good. And someone with Black Breath is less likely to gain ambrosia tokens from the terrain on the board. We need to get through this fight, because getting through this fight will open up our technology that we can take into some items that will support us against this chap. All right, what are our Argo abilities that we're bringing? Is there any that let us reduce ambrosia tokens? I don't think so. Unexhaust gear cards. We might take the power roll instead of the crisis protocol. I think that was a good move. Wonderful. We also have the Muse Grand Cannon. Didn't even get to use it last time. Kaboom! The story for the cannon's pretty great. Kaboom! I'll show off the... So the cannon is attached to the ship and you can fire it as an action, free action. You have to load it with resources and you can get a benefit prior to shooting. So for example, if we load it with a chimeric tar, we can actually create a vantage point before we even start. So pretty good. Let's have a look into it. What do we want to give Herodotus the Dreamwalker? I think we might just switch a lot of these things up here. And Labyrinth Mauler. Yep. Okay, that's probably our best bet. So just move some equipment around to better suit what we've got facing us. Okay. Let's go over to the Argonauts. It's going to be a little bit more of a challenge this time, friends. We have a tough time ahead of us. Let's kick on. Goat spasm, tighten in the rear, close. Oh, did we determine facing direction? We didn't. We better do that now. Facing upwards again. So there is no one with a rage, so we'll get to choose. We'll choose Herodotus. No. We'll choose this guy's here for the thing. She has the most armor. All right, so Titan in the rear. We will go with Phyloctera. Phyloctera gains 1 ambrosia token. She has 1 more before she dies. Push back and attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Done. And it's 2 dice on a 9. She crit evades, but has nothing to benefit her on that. And the 3 is a fail. So Fisher, do you want to spend a fate to reroll? No, we'll just take the 2 danger and draw a minor card, and it is marked for glory. You may gain the priority target token. If you do, gain a positive precision token. All right, we'll take that. Positive precision seems good. That is the end of that. We will then spend 2 fate for the Pt4 lifeguard to step away so that we avoid the knockback 10. That's the goat spasm done. All right, time to bring some heat. Start of the primordials, start of the Titan turn. We will start by trying to load a chimeric tar onto the cannon. We fail. So we don't lose the resource. Because we didn't succeed. Okay. I think we'll just do Phyloctera and open up with a mauler. Try and start the train rolling. Anyone got any rage? No. Who do we want to do some hits? Okay. I will also use the Pursuer Imperative on Olympia to move 2 spaces. 1, 2, so that I can get into range. All right, this is what the board looks like. We have this here. Interesting times. Only costs you 1 fate to use that, actually. Who do we want to start? Who's our most likely to damage with nothing in the tokens? Phyloctera, she'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. We will prime the Kratos pool with 2 opening tokens using our Arrow Barrage. She will swing with her Labyrinth Mauler. This is Fisher. It's a single dice. It's on a +1, +2, +3, which means she's hitting on a 3+. She gains a rage, and she hits. The hit location is the goat head. Does our weapon have the axe trait? It does not. It has club. It's a 4. It's not a crit. Black, red, red for our attack. Let's see if we can jank a 4. This weapon has auto break 1, so we've got one breaker. We have no power reroll, but we do have a Argo ability that we can use for a power reroll. We don't need it, and we also got an overbreak, which is delightful. So, gain the Bellerophonic card. Great work, Phyloctera. Oh, I forgot she also has a precision buff, but that's fine. Create a vantage point. The vantage point is created. And she is done. At the end of the turn, we'll put 1 break, 1 opening, and the weapon has overbreak. Yep. Done. That weapon is exhausted from cumbersome. The goat head has gelatinous, so we slide over here and put gelatinous on this. So next time, if we're attacking with a weapon other than a club, cestus, slab, sword, or shield. So that was our only club. So we want something that's going to break through some armor. I think we'll use the Skyseer. Okay, and we're going to pop a level 2 body part. Level 2 AI card. We have opened up a vantage point, so we will definitely send the Sky Seer up there, but we might save her for a little bit. So we will go with Ulyssia now. 1, 2. She will attempt to climb, which is a Fury 8. She has, so 7+. Nope, so she fails her climb check. There's no penalty for that. She'll then swing with her Horizon's Edge. So she's wielding our scythe. 2 on a 2+, or sorry, 2 on a +2. +3 takes us to 3s. That's 1, 2. 2 hits. Beautiful. The Aris Matobi. So it goes to gelatinous. It goes to a 5. Which is unfortunate. But we have 2 reds, a black, and another red from that weapon. So we need a 5. 1 break token in the pool. We have a single power reroll available to us. Let's see if we can get it. This hit location is corrosive. Oh, we've missed by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our best bet here is if we reroll using a power reroll from the Argo ability. I think to reroll the black dice gets us the 5 66% of the time. So we'll go for that. Come on, Deno. Job done. You're beauty. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a corrosive shift now. Gain a rage. Create a vantage point. So we now have 2 vantage points available. And that is that. 1, 2. I will pop a level 2 body part into the section. No, a 2's on top. It's too early for us to have a 2 on top, Deno. Shuffle better. Oh no, it's all coming up bad times. All right, so Fisher has gone, Penelope has gone. At the end of her activation, we do her Kratos pool. So there's 2 opening tokens go in there from the weapon itself. She's got reposition 2, and she's now rage 2, so she'll put 2 break tokens in the pool. The reposition 2, she'll go 1, 2, and get the hell out of dodge. Next up, we will go with Herodotus, because he's our most likely person to do a wound now with his Masterwork Puzzle Axe. Going to have a decent chance here, so we'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Telemachus. He has to climb. He's going to try and climb up. He needs an 8. He climbs to the top of the fucking... You legend. He's climbed up there. And while he is on that VP, he's going to do a secondary wound stack, which is good. We'll roll our wounds. Oh, sorry, roll our hit, I should say. So the hit is with the Puzzle Axe. This is a Masterwork Puzzle Axe. So all that does, and I'll just mark it with this little token, is we reroll 1s. If we roll a 1, we reroll it for free. So he will gain a rage. He will have a swing with the Puzzle Axe. There's a precision of plus 1 from the puzzle axe and 2 in the Kratos pool. So it's a 3 plus. That's a 3. We'll take it. Don't have to re-roll the 1. And the hit location, level 2. Ooh, frothing mass. If you're adjacent or on a VP, you may immediately be absorbed. We don't want to be absorbed this turn. So we'll just try and take the vantage point down. We currently are corrosive. If you resolve a successful attack and your weapon is not stone, exhaust it. Our weapon is stone, it's a puzzle axe. So we do not have to worry about that frothing mass. So we have a total of 5 that we need to get. We have 4 plus a break token. We have already used our power reroll this turn. We don't get to reroll again. Yep, that's it. So we need a 5. Ooh. We're an okay chance of doing this with no power reroll. Being on the thing, just come on, Deno. It's a 5. I'll move my face away so you can see. Potential. We got multiple break tokens. So we get the job done, just barely. That changes us over to gelatinous. That is a 2, and we were also on the secondary wound stack on the vantage point, so we gain a secondary wound. However, every time we do critical mass, every time a Chimera gains a wound, place a generic token on this trait. If there's ever 3, we resolve an AI card. 4 wounds down, and we've still got 1 character to go. I like that start. Hasn't failed a wound yet. Come on, Deno, leave a 1 on the top. Yes. Come on, Deno, leave a 1 on the top. Yes. All right. The last person to go is I did that slightly wrong. That was actually our Sky Seer that did that. That was the weapon she was using. So last, we have to build the breaking pool. We have an opening and an opening. We have no break tokens that we can add. So we're going to run up with the Herodotus, our Monsterneer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to attempt to climb. Gets +2 to climb checks, or +1 to climb checks, sorry, equal to rage. Now, add X to your climb checks where X is equal to half of your thingy rounded up. Okay. I'm just going to go back to Telebacchus. He's going to gain a fate, so we automatically succeeded the climb check in the last instance. And we'll see if we can succeed on this climb check for Olympia. Her Fury is 2, so it's a 6. We will spend a fate to re-roll the climb check. It's a 6. We succeed. So Herodotus has now jumped up onto a vantage point as well. We will spend a rage to make an attack. That attack will be with the Temenos Xiphos. Actually, let me think about that. It's currently in gelatinous, so if attacked with a weapon other than a club, cestus, slab sword, or shield, the Chimera has +2 AT. So we'll actually attack with our scale shield. It's basically exactly the same sort of stats overall. We're rolling 2 dice, we're +1 to hit, and we get an opening, it's a red dice. Yep, so we'll do that. One and a 1. I don't appreciate that roll. Anything for a crit miss? I really would like to hit it, because I think I literally only need like 2s. I'm going to reroll both of those. A 9 and a 7, 2 hits. Hit location is the lesser temple. Oh, that's not good. We've got no break tokens in the pool. 3 reds. 3 reds, we need to roll 5. I feel like we're unlikely here. I feel like we're very unlikely. Ooh. Don't have a power reroll, so no, we fail. So the failure action is hidden Spartan warriors attack you from the temple, gain a negative evasion token. Boo. That is it. We stay on gelatinous. That's the end of our turn. It is the monster's turn. Slither. Closest Titan in front in range. Closest Titan not in rear in range. Gain 2 ambrosia tokens. That is just ridiculous. I just keep dying because of black breath. Oh, it's so punishing. Oh. That's just it, yeah. Closest Titan not in rear in range is here. So what happens is, who's that? Ulysses. What happens is he turns, does a pushback, 5, 1, 2, 3. At this point, before the move, we are going to use the Ipedius Lifeguard from Ulysses to move here. 3. Gain 2 ambrosia tokens, die. Oh well, if it had to be someone, I would have preferred it to be her. It's getting killed all over the shop. All of the other stuff that would happen doesn't happen now because of the mercy rule. End of the Titan, end of the primordial phase, we have to see if we can hold on. So our Skyseer succeeds and the Herodotus Monsterneer succeeds. So 2 Titans standing bravely on top of the primordial. Okay, let's have a look at our turn now. So we have 3 Titans. We have the Horizon's Edge in the rear. We have a level 1 on top. So probably we will try that scale shield again, I think. Start of the turn, we'll try and prime the cannon. Do we want to? Yep, just with a primordial resource. We fail. We will do Herodotus, the Monsterneer. We'll actually give her a rage, Olympia, using our forced Kratos reaction. And then we will make an attack. We're on the vantage point. We will use the scale shield because we still have that gelatinous section. A 5 and a 6 is 2 hits. And we hit the tidal mass, gain 2 ambrosia tokens. That's okay. That's the perfect one for that to fall on because she can try and avoid those for 8s. Do we want to be immediately absorbed? No. No, we do not. Okay, so it's just a 4. We have 3 reds. We have 2 power rerolls available to us. And we have a break token in the pool. We got it. We got it done. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're on the vantage point, so we do another single wound. That takes us to 6. We shuffle in a 2. Good work, Scale Shield. The shield has an opening, and we will put 3 blocks in there as well, or 3 breaks I should say, because I feel like we're going to have a level 2. We are absolutely going to have a level 2 next. And that hit location was corrosive, which is the best one, because we have nothing that suffers a penalty from corrosive. 3 breaks, 1 opening. Good work, Scale Shield. Okay, we will now go with the Sky Seer. Yep, we'll go with the Sky Seer. We do have to add a token to this because it's the secondary wound stack one we've done. Place your generic token if there are 3 or more tokens on this trait. Discard all tokens to draw and resolve an AI card. Okay, Puzzle Axe. Sky Seer on top of the bad boy. Telebacchus. Gain a rage. See if we can hit. It's a 4. It is +1 precision, it is +1, and then there is an opening token. So that is a hit. Do we want to spend a fate to re-roll and try and get an 8 or a 9, a 9 or a 10 for deadly? I think we will, because the only number we fail on is a 1 here. Guaranteed roll of a 1 coming up. No. Lucky. If your weapon has the axe trait, immediately place a break token. It does. We now have 5 break tokens in the pool. Oh man, a critical would have been so good. 4 reds from the Puzzle Axe. Oh, we've got 1,000,001 auto breaks here. 2 power rerolls available. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got it done. Destroyed another single wound in the secondary wound stack. That is going to trigger this in a second. However, the wound was a gelatinous, so that moves over to there. And we gain the Bellerophonic card, which is wonderful. +2 to climb and hold on tests. Look out. That's it. Okay, so now we add a 3rd one to there and we discard all of that. We actually have to do the rest of these first to a level 3. A level 3. Done. That now triggers and we draw the next AI card. We still have Ulysses to go. Living Poolor, target zone 2. So, gain 1 ambrosia token per hit. I might switch this over here because I need to have a close look at this one. Target zone 2. So that's everyone that's within 2 squares of the Chimera. Gain 1 ambrosia token per hit. Elysia is in trouble here. Come on, Penelope. 3 fate. No, good. Okay. She doesn't have a block. That's a shame. Well, I'm going to have to check a rule here. Don't want to get this wrong. I don't think the people on the vantage points are considered in zone 2, but let's check. Vantage points, 59. Yep. Does not state that they are in zone, so it'll just be Ulysses. So she's got 2 evasions on a 9. I can't avoid it. He's not moving. So I need to dodge one of these or I think I die potentially. Let's have a look. 2 8s, would you believe? Got any evasion buffs, you doofus? Nope. I'm going to spend 2 fate and try and re-roll those and get 1 9. Come on, Dano. That's a 2 and a 7. 7's not in the box. No. All right. So it'll be 2 danger. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I do have trireme breastplates. Down by 2. Have a minor trauma. Insulted, you may immediately perform a bonus attack. That chain breaks the primordial. He does not place ambrosia trail tiles. We are not dead. We just don't have a lot of hope left. It's still good though. Bonus attack, we ignore reactions. It'll be with the horizon's edge. The puzzle axe puts opening and black. We're hitting on 2s. A 9 and a 6. Does this, it's in the blind spot, you have deadly. Wow, I wish I had the deadly. I've only got 3 dangers, so we don't get any buff from that. Let's have a look at the hit location. It is the snakehead. We get to ignore those. I'd prefer not to ignore them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Currently we have gelatinous, so we are looking for a 6 here. One, 2, 3. The black token we will spend on this. So that allows us to re-roll here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll spend our power re-roll on this one. Do I have anything else that I can get a break token from? Do I have an extra break token that I have missed somewhere? Two, 5. It's a bonus attack. We're currently gelatinous. Attack with a weapon other than a club. Assess this. +2. 6. No, we fail. We come up 1 short. That is devastating. Absolutely devastating. Oh well, we can reposition now. 1, 2. So we'll reposition to there. Can't see, but we're just here. And then we'll build the pool. We have 2 openings. And we are rage 3, so we'll put 3 breaks in there. And then guess what? We're going to try again. We will sacrifice our movement to unexhaust, and then we will make an attack with our Horizon's Edge. 4 and a 3. 2 hits. Still looking for a 6. But we have multiple break tokens now. That's more than enough. So this is a super solid. So we stay on, move over to super solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 5 wounds left to do. Hopefully we'll be able to do that straight up next turn. However, we have to contend with 1 AI card. Oh, that is happy times. 4, we can't push back. We will reposition 2, 1, 2. And then we will also 2 openings, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the end of the Titan turn. Good turn. That have any benefit for doing the wound? Yep, a vantage point, which gives us +1 to our climb and hold checks. All right, we just need to see not attacking Ulyssia. Because if we do attack Ulyssia and there's an Ambrosia token, she dies, I'd prefer that not to happen. Let's have a look what we get. Closest Titan in front in range. She's gonna take an Ambrosia token. Closest Titan not in rear in range. Closest Titan in sight. Push back and attack. I wonder if I would have been better off not sacrificing my movement and running away. I think I almost certainly would have been, given that I have repositioned 2. We're going to take a little cheeky one. I was here, 1, 2, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to untap my Iapetius Lifeguard. It would have been much better. Oh, actually, I could have done that anyway because I have unexhausted gear card. Unexhaust that. And then I can just walk to there. That's what I would have done if I was remembering everything that I have, which, as I'm sure you've figured out by now, is a lot and takes a lot. So we'll go back to here. So now what's going to happen, he's going to push back and attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's an out of reach evade, so we don't suffer any of those effects. After attack effects do not apply. That's it. Good. Let's see if we can get the job done this turn. Hold on checks for Skyseer. It's a 1. We will spend a fate to re-roll that. Actually, do we need to? She can just fall and soar. Yep. We'll spend a fate to fall and soar, and then she's just going to try and climb back up. Just lands on her feet. Love this guy's here. And Herodotus, he passes because Olympia has +2 Fury and +1 Endurance, and it's a 6+ test, but because of the token we have in here, it's a 5+ test. She rolled a 4 and she has +1 Endurance, so that's a pass. Great. Who's our best option first? It's a 2. It's a super solid. If attacked with the club, Cestus, slab sword or shield weapon, the Chimera has +1. Great. So we're going to attack with the Temenos Xiphos. It's a sword. It hits on a 2+. It hits. Olympia has 4 rage. Actually, we're going to make that 5 rage so that we get an extra dice. BP. Whoa. 7. This might be unlikely. We have a free power reroll. And we have break 2. It's 4 reds, requiring a 7. Good luck, team. Was it ever in doubt? Was it ever in doubt? Sit down, cult statue. Gain the Bellerophonic condition card. Oh. We've done 11. 11 wounds. That was a level 2, so we now are going to have a level 3 come into play. Hopefully on top. Nope, it's a level 1 on top. We add a token to the token stack from critical mass, but that's not going to matter because if we do the remaining 3 wounds, it will not get to activate. The Sky Seer is going to go next. She's going to gain a fate and automatically jump up on top. And make an attack with her rage and attack with the puzzle axe. And make an attack. Come on, puzzle axe. So I need to work out what was in the pool. So we've got break 2. And then we can also do 2 openings, 3 openings, and another break. So 3 and 3. Ooh! Come on, Telemachus. Puzzle axe, baby. 6. We'll re-roll. See if we can jank an 8 or a 9, or 9 or a 10, because we really want a thing. It's a 7. It's not enough. Oh, I've done this the wrong way around. Oh, no, this is fine. A shapeless mass. We have a super solid. We're excellent. If you're adjacent or on a VP, you may immediately be absorbed. We are going to get absorbed with Telemachus right now. It's a big gamble with our Sky Seer. Is it worth risking? No, it's not worth risking. Critical, nope. So 4 reds, looking for a 3. Whee! Easily done. We'll see if we get a carving roll off. We don't. We do the shapeless mass. We gain the single wound. We have 1 wound remaining. And we've switched over to gelatinous, which is a real shame. Ugh. Well, actually, I think I just put a 3 in there and I was only supposed to put a 2 in because that was a level 1. I'll take that off, put that in there and shuffle that again. Done, done, done. Oh, I'm nervous. We have one left. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's with the horizon's edge. We don't actually need to get that close at all, so we'll just go there. Ugh, I'm nervous. We just need to do 1 wound. Making the pool. There's opening 1, opening 2, opening 3, And 2 blacks. No, 1 black. 1 black. I'll place a break token in the pool using our Kratos pool, Horizon's Edge. Penelope. Oh, she's going to 5. That's nice. It's a 9 and an 8. We'll take it. What are we fighting? Oh, 7. And what are we at the moment? We're gelatinous. Oh, no, it's a 9. Wow, we're going to struggle here. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we've got. 1 break token. I don't like our chances here, but let's go. Okay, let's go. Oh shit, we've done well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can re-roll this one using my black token and try and get an 8, 9. Come on, Deno. Now's your time. Yeah. All right. That's 9. That's a good win, that one, actually. I'll take that. Oh, I'm really pleased we didn't die with the ambrosia limit of 2 that we have across the entire team, except for 1 fucking person. Great results. Let's do our Tides of Fate, all that sort of gear. First of all, reset Triskelions. Bang. Reset, 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 reset. Subtract 3 fate. Down there. We only had 5 wounds in the secondary wound stack for a level 2. That's no bonus resources, unfortunately. But against a level 2, you start to gain extra resources. So one of these is actually worth 2 violent ambrosia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 10 violent ambrosia. And then we have 4 super solid and 4 chimeric tar. Great. And we will mark the evolution track. Bang. Anything else I missed? Discard all conditions. Note dead titans on the Argo sheet. Shuffle exploration cards. All right. Dead titans on the Argo sheet. Another dead titan. I have lost more titans in this one, I reckon, at the start than I've lost in just about any other one I've done completely. The round summary, we just finished our encounter step. So we have an advancement step. On our timeline, we have a structural research. So Argo security, that one would be very, very good. Refugee integration, that's about saving the hull, don't need that. Upstream navigation, I really do want wartime protocols. We could go for that one. Yeah, I think we'll go upstream navigation because wartime protocols is excellent. We gain 1 crew and 1 hull, and we desperately need that. So we need to get the war propel on, which we don't have yet. Well. I said in the first one that the Cyclonus was a easier, harder foe to face than the Chimera, and I think we've proved that with two battles where we lost a Titan, just a single Titan, and killed it, versus losing 2 in both the other ones. Significant difference. We have no doom to worry about. We just move on to the next timeline year. So let's have a look at our research combat. That's exciting. All right, let's just pack this up. It's a lot of packing. If you do end up purchasing this game, friends, and I hope that I've contributed to making that decision easier or harder, be aware that there is a lot of organisation and keeping things in order required. It's quite a challenge. We are currently on tile 61 on our map. That is correct. We can't go up. Actually, we could go up because we do have upstream navigation here, so we could. However, we're not going to. We are just going to move across to tile number 62. Bang. Bang. We're going to mark the timeline. And now I'm going to look at our technology bonuses, because there is a technology that we have here that is called something. Very helpful, Deno. No, it is here. So we could test diplomacy to gain a Titan, because we're on an explored tile that has a Titan symbol. However, our test, because our diplomacy is no good with them, would be an 8. I don't need to roll an 8+ for a fate to try and get a Titan at the moment. Yep. So we will simply go to our exploration deck. Hopefully we won't have too many negative impacts here. 2 relief resources and gain 1 fate as a group. Penelope, 1 fate. Cargo, 2 relief resources, 1, 2. And no war machine resources. 1 war machine resource. Unfortunately, the pursuer has just spawned 4 tiles away. We are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And place the adversary. He's down there. Boo. Our next action is to move the Argo to tile 55. Bang. And we will move to here. Bang. 55 should be the eastern gate. And it is, and we gain a doom. We are going to spend an Argo fate to try and avoid gaining that doom. I'm getting worried about our doom situation. So it is X something. I'll see what I roll. A 6 is enough, I think. Let's go check the technology. It's called Hope Logic. Gain 1 Argo fate when you're about to gain doom. During the doom adventure phase, the test X, where X is 9 minus the number of your current doom card. Our current doom card is 3. 6+ is what we needed. So we succeeded on a 6. Well done. We do not gain a doom. Thank goodness for Hope Logic. Argo map. exploration. Two war machine resources. He's going to move up one. Cargo 1, 2. And 2 fear and 2 danger as a group. Fear essence 1, 2. Danger as a group 1, 1. End stacks on both. We have reached the sluice gate, of which we require a defector and a key to get into. So, on our timeline step, we get to do our combat research, and we will take this Chimera Metastasios sighting. Bang. So that allows us to make some equipment, and we will now review our situation and see if there is anything that we need to make. The one I particularly want to make is, of course, the one I can't, which is Ambrose stilts. Ambrose stilts, you can ignore the ambrosia gained from ambrosia terrain tiles. You can also trash it to discard a token. Really useful against both the Pursuer and the Chimera. Temple Camo, you cannot jump or vault. We get to hide. I'm not as excited about hiding, to be honest, but it is what it is. We get to use it as a defensive, a single red dice in defense, which is better than nothing. We currently have nothing. So maybe we'll look to use someone in a support role maybe. And Medusa Extract. It's when you're about to gain ambrosia tokens, lower this gain to 1. Useful, however, our ambrosia limit is literally only 2 at the moment, so gaining 1 is still bad, but we can use it to discard an ambrosia token too. So let's have a look at whether we can make any of those. We can make an Isokratos limiter. So we can make a Medusa Extract. 5 relief, 5 violent ambrosia, 3 chimeric tar. We have plenty of violent ambrosia. We have enough relief. And we have enough tar. So I definitely think we'll make 1 Medusa Extract. And do we want to make a Temple Camo? I'm going to think about that because I think we need to make a decision if we do that or not. All right, we move on to the story step of this day, and we are going to combine these two. So you can see that the map matches up accurately with what that looks like, the key, the Eastern Gate Ignition key. So we will use these two number codes, which is 2960. So we look up in the main story, 2960. Your scouts return with good news. This is the right place, the Eastern Gate your Simicky allies informed you of. You may begin your assault. 0020. Let's go, attack. All right, gate crashing. The Argo pulls into the shadow of the Sluice Gate Fortress, a towering testament of the Empire's achievements, built on the misery and death of the countless slaves buried beneath its foundation. Massive pillars of carved granite support a pair of unimaginably vast metal doors that serve as a barrier to the great river Eurotas. Uratos? Urotas? Urotas. The sheer cliffs on either side suggest the water level beyond is much, much higher. This complex lock mechanism allows vessels of the Empire to traverse the vast cataracts of the river. The mechanism is large enough to raise a ship the size of the Argo. The signal hasn't been given yet? No word from our friend yet. Are you sure that he can be trusted? A Spartan and a former slave driver at that? You think back to your meeting with this new ally, a commander of one of the slave shanties by the name of Demetrios. I have grown sick at what the Empire has become, and it weighs me down heavily, he said then. A convenient happenstance, one you hope you will not regret. You manage to recover only one ignition key. You stand alone at the prow of the Argo for a moment longer, anxiously considering your options. It has been too long with no word from the Spartan, and there is no sign of the gate being activated. But you cannot back out now. Your lookouts already report sightings of a Palaroian triremes behind you, closing fast. There is nowhere else for the Argo to run. You need to get into that fortress no matter what has happened to your agent. You muster a landing party and quickly head for the shore close to the base of the Sluice Gate fortress. Water thunders down from overhead, and mist hangs thick in the air, soaking you, your warriors, and your titans to the skin. You approach a dense forest at the base of the cliffs surrounding the massive structure. There you find a labour camp buzzing with activity. Teams of helots chop down trees, while chained cyclops haul them to the fortress. As you watch, a lone cyclops pulling a wagon passes close by, following off into a trail in the tree line. For a moment, you consider following, but one of your crew members points to a circle of cages on the edge of camp. Dozens of helot prisoners are held within. The Cyclops is alone and will be easier to contact without rousing the attention of the Spartan guards. We can free him and sneak our way in and lose a humanity. Or we can free the Helots and fight our way in, which will gain us diplomacy with the Helots, but I feel that will result in either a crew loss or a Titan loss, of which I do not enjoy. So humanity -1 might be the go here. I think we will go with the Helots. We'll use the diplomacy. Bringing diplomacy up is important, particularly when you get to friendly. It can really be beneficial. All diplomacy checks, basically turn into a 6. It's a 50-50. Free the Helots, 23. The attack on the labour camp initially blindsides the Spartans. Your Titans lope ahead. Oh no. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, good. A counterattack will happen any second now. Each Titan or Argonaut tests Fury or Endurance. Gain 1 Rage or Danger to add +1 each. If P4 is marked, do we have P4 marked? I'm certain we don't. No, we do not. All right, well, we are testing Fury or Endurance. And we can gain a Rage. We'll definitely gain a Rage to add +1. So 8+. So this will be a 6+ because we have Fury there. So 6+. Danger to make it a 5+. Yeah, we'll go a Danger for 5+ on Penelope. That's a 9. That's a success. Fisher. She has Fury 1 or Endurance 1. She'll gain a Rage and a Danger to also be looking at a 5. That's a 4. We'll spend a Fate to re-roll. That's a fail. Fail, gain a Danger. Telebacchus has +2, +1 Endurance. Rage, Danger, 5+. That's an 8. He succeeds. And Olympia, she has +2 Fury, so this will be a 4+. Success. 3 successes. Party leader gains the Consumed by Rage affliction. I think we'll make it Olympia. Alrighty. You push through the last few ranks to cover your ascent. It is certainly a suicide mission, but these warriors accept their orders without hesitation. Reluctantly, you begin your climb. You know you will not see any of them again. Lose one crew. It's fucking bad. Oh, do I have that test that I could stop my crew from dying? It's a save check. No, it's only hull. We are down to one brave crewman. One brave crewman. And gain of refugees. As you reach the top of the trail, the shadow of the fortress looming ever larger before you, another structure heaves into view, almost skeletal in silhouette. Its white marble columns have been burned black. Its statuary has been shattered. The crude vandalism is visible to all across the broad courtyard of this once grand temple. In the centre of the courtyard, an enormous statue has been toppled, the body broken into countless pieces, the head some distance away from the rest of the carving, as if hurled by furious hands. This was a temple to Helios, you say, recognising the sun god's features. The Nietzschean ordered all of the temples to the dead gods to be ransacked, an older Helot explains. But the cult of Helios was shown the least mercy. Every haven of his followers was uncovered, his priests crucified alive atop the sluice gate fortresses to all to see. The Nietzschean personally saw to the desecration of each and every temple to the sun. Even the mention of Helios is enough to send him into a frenzy. What is it about the god of the dawn that angers the Nietzschean so? Gain 1 Argo knowledge to take us to 27. C25. This is bad times. The sluice gate fortress looms ahead of you, its walls imposing, with heavy oaken gates blocking your path, impassable for mortals. For Titans, barely an inconvenience. As you break inside, you take note of the fortifications. The bulk of the enemy's defences are clustered around a massive command bastion, the seat of the fortress's commander. Directly opposite, the gate control housing leans out over the open space beneath the sluice gates, ideally suited for observing its operations. There are far fewer warriors between you and the target. The commander of this facility has hidden himself in the command bastion, withdrawing forces from elsewhere to make your primary target vulnerable to attack. But the bastion is also the place they'd hold prisoners, such as your missing operative. Do we rescue Demetrios in spite of the risks to our mission and gain a diplomacy with Simici, or do we remain focused on the mission and leave Demetrios to his fate? This is a tough call. I think we will rescue Demetrios. We shall rescue the brave man. Simici, diplomacy +1. Thank you for your great service. 22. You turn your attention to the command bastion. The leadership of your enemy waits there, and hopefully so too does your missing ally. Do we have 6 Argo fate? I don't think so. No, we have 1. 28. You storm the bastion, the ranks of warriors before you, while numerous are poorly organised, still bleary-eyed from being roused to action. As such, you are quickly able to overwhelm them and race through the complex. You eventually find Demetrios held in one of the prison blocks. The fortress commander is also there, threatening to kill the spy. When he sees your Titan, though, looking inside the cell like a mortal into a dollhouse, the weapon falls from his trembling fingers and he drops to his knees, begging for his life to be spared. You hurry to the other side of the fortress, to the gate control housing, from where you might operate the sluice gates and allow the Argo to pass into the riverworks beyond the fortress. You glance down over the edge of the sluice gate. There, far below you, you see the Argo, beset by dozens and dozens of Spartan ships. Palaroya attack her on all sides. Your delay has been a costly one. Gain a glory and +1 defector. Lose -1. Actually, we might have needed to spend a defector. No, we didn't. Cool. C00, I'll mark K6. C0032, K6. Uh, 22, 28, yeah, 0032. The battle outside the gate control housing is fierce, but you are Argonauts. You have faced far worse and pulled through. You muster your people, shouting words of encouragement as you form up with your Titans to create an impenetrable wall of iron and flesh. Subtract 1 Argo fate and note solid defense. C33. Cool. Inside the housing, the lone Argonaut frantically searches through the complex machina for anything that looks like an activation sequence, any clue as to what levers to pull or cogs to turn. As hope flickers in their heart and doubt assails their mind, they feel a subtle nudge, their hand drifting towards one lever in particular. You You smell a faint whiff of worked leather, machina grease, and a strange primal scent. For a moment, you think you catch sight of a cascade of flowing black hair in the corners of your vision, but there is nothing, no one around you. And then you see it, the ignition key you procured, inserted into a switch by the lever you were guided to pull. Arise, they murmur, as they do. Take the Machina nymph. Machina. She's a pretty lady. And her summoning token. This is a bonus token that you may use to summon the Machina nymph, but only once. So we get a free summoning of her over and above our summoning bonus. Unexhaust all gear of all titans. Very nice. The fortress suddenly shudders as if far below the massive wheels of iron turn, bellows pushing unimaginable quantities of steam through pipes of the waters of the upper levels of the Euratos churn. The Argo rocks and sways as turbulent waters are unleashed from within the gate, the ocean loosed in a moment. The grinding and churning of the machina is deafening to all within the fortification. Even your titans react in pain at the thunderous thumping of gears and pistons. It takes a few moments for the gate to cycle, flushing the waters contained within until the levels have dropped to match the lower part of the river works. Once balance has been achieved, the gates themselves slowly, inexorably grind open. The Argo sails in, and the gates slam shut behind it, sealing out the pursuing Palaroya forces. Water pumps into the mechanism, lifting the city ship into the upper part of the river works. If solid defense is marked, go to 30. There, as you and your forces flee the fortress, you glance up into the skies. There among the churning black clouds, you see something you thought had forsaken this land. What is it? A patch of clear blue, a small brief opening of the otherwise endless grey-black expanse that smothers the Nietzsche's territories. A flicker of hope awakens inside you. You have won a key victory here today, the old priest commends you, gazing up in the sky with a faint smile on his lips, but a grim light in his eyes. No Simic army has ever made it beyond this point. You look back, slowly realizing what you have accomplished. The fortress is yours and the way is open now. Alliance forces will cross the first cataract, and the Sluice Gate fortresses, they're not fortified from the north. Yes, the front line crumbles even as we speak. Sparta scrambles to stop our advance. They can't. Our allies are planning a decisive strike against the Nietzsche's exposed heartland to end the war not quickly with a knockout, but be wary, he will not go down quickly. Either place one glory on the next story card, or gain one diplomacy with any one faction. We will gain a diplomacy, but whom do we want it with? Cyclops. Permanent. From this point onward, you can move through waterways with the first cataract sluice gate symbol, which is basically any of the ones that we are on right now. You can start to ignore them now. They don't exist. And archive the gate crashing and the sluice gate, then read 2A of the To Win the War story card. We're on to win a war. And then we also have an Inwards Odyssey. To win a war. Dun, 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 dun. Your success at the Sluice Gate fortress has emboldened your allies and disparate rebel groups across Laconia. As the Argo cuts into Nietzschean territory beyond the first cataract and a whole nation rises in open rebellion, the front lines are redrawn and the Simici gains initiative. They deem as the time has come to end the war with a quick, decisive victory. I wonder how that'll go. The Nietzschean is said to travel between the outlying fortresses, inspecting the troops, which leaves you an opening. If you're able to pinpoint his location or learn of his itinerary, you'll be able to trap him inside a fortress and force him to battle on your terms. Until that time, you'll need to build up resistance in the region. It'll take a concerted effort from you and your allies to bring the tyrant down. So, we must find the Nietzschean's location and muster rebel forces. Every progress token that we put on this sheet represents the strength of the resistance. When there are 6 or more tokens on this, we can flip it to 2B and we move them over there. And we need to build the fortress deck. Oh, perform a divine surge. Everyone comes back. Everyone's back. What a shame we didn't use our Divine Surge. All right, we've picked up a new clue, which is this one. And this tells us a little bit about where the fortresses are. And I think it's this way. No, it's this way. Yes. So there is definitely a fortress directly above us right now, I reckon. So we are about to lose another hull. Okay, whenever you win a battle, draw one card from the fortress deck and reveal it. All right, I'll put that there. Great, to win the war! To win the war! Select. All right, that was awesome. And now we've got an Inwards Odyssey. I decided I'm not going to read the Inwards Odysseys. That's sort of one of the coolest things is finding out about the ship. And 27. Oh. It's a really good timing for this event, actually. Random Argonaut gains 1 rage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll re-roll a 9. We'll re-roll a 9. 7. So the random Argonaut is Olympia. She gains a rage. If crew is 2 or less, which it is, you may gain a crew. And gain the Hermes God Form Awakening card. That's a fun little story, that one, friends. Hermes. Because of our Divine Surge, we will add... Can't add those because the app doesn't work all that well, but I've got them here. Hermes, Hephaestus, Demeter, Hades, Zeus and Poseidon. Plenty of options. Oh, getting that crew was actually such awesome timing. Okay. That's the end of the story step. We will move onwards. Let's move to 48. We have to go on this left-hand side. So 48. We will move up. Oh no, it's a fortress. But there is a story hub as well. So move, research structural. All right, so the first thing that happens is we have to lose a hull. I'm going to spend an Argo Fate to try and prevent that hull from happening. It's a save. And that is under technology bonuses, save, emergency repairs. X is 3 plus your current hull value. So it's a test of 6 plus. And I can spend an Argo Fate to re-roll it. It's a 6. We do not lose that hull. There is no doom on this card, so we will just do our explorations. And we'll move the map. Gone up. We have 2 relief. We gained 3 relief resources because we actually have 5 refugees. We got 6. We need to get rid of some of them. That's bad. 1, 2, 3. And 2 relief resources in game 1. Fate is a group. 1, 2. And the adversary chases us. 1 fate as a group. Argonauts. Fate. Telebarcus can afford to have a fate. Excellent. We have a story adventure hub. Let's roll. A 5. We are on story 2 now, so a 5 is From the Ashes. I think we have done 4 different starting ones. We have. The Just War is a heritage one, and we have a Cyclops Trap in the outer. I did miss this one on the last one. We should have had a Cyclops Trap on the last one. Let's have a look at From the Ashes. Actually, it's a heritage, so let's see if anyone's got heritage. A Night to Remember is heritage. Whoa, we've opened up the level 3 ability, if you don't mind. Heritage. Oh, Cast Off. It's a story event on that Night to Remember. Again, I might keep those ones private. Heritage for Cast Off. And Clumsy's also got heritage. We're going to need one more and we can clear off Clumsy and it'll get us a bonus. All right, the Just War. As the Argo glides around the prominent spit of the land, you find yourself looking down upon dozens and dozens of vessels resting at anchor. Looking at the heart of its fleet, 2 truly enormous vessels loom over all the others. A duo of Tesseraconteres, enormous troop transports, although in the shadow of the Argo, they almost seem insignificant. They remind you of the Marathonian back in Crete. Countless smaller ships mingle with the military vessels, crafts of every shape and size. You recall tales you heard of Athenians fleeing some cataclysm, forced to journey farther south in fear of the chaos. Now their entire society is cast adrift on the waves. Observing the Simicky fleet, you notice the signs of toil and struggle. A team of carpenters repairing a pierced hull, the fluttering of torn sails there. Soldiers of all kinds sporting injuries. While the diaspora fleet is almost unrivaled in the waves, you know that they will have endured much hardship in the recent weeks. You can already feel wary eyes upon you as the Argo drops anchor. How you choose to present yourself now will be remembered. We can either exhibit a show of force and subtract 1 Argo fate, or we can take a modest diplomatic envoy and gain an Argo fate. What's our timeline situation looking like? We have a fight in 3 turns. I reckon we can probably handle that. So we'll take a diplomatic approach. 002. Gain a glory. Now is not the time for aggressive posturing. If you are to stand a chance against the Nietzsche and his cult of man, you will need willing allies. You muster a small diplomatic envoy to accompany you. From what you know of the Simicky, they will likely respect a more tactful approach. C003. You are guided to the upper deck of the ship, where a cluster of figures is gathered around a low table. One bears fine robes, while another is clad in armour of polished bronze and a helmet that only a commander could wear. Still another is more simply dressed, but her features are sharp, shrewd. A fourth is there as well, dressed in far more ragged clothes. A politician, a commander, a spy, and a helot envoy. Lovely. Ah, at last, it is good to meet you, brave Argonauts. The robed one bows his head. I am Heliast Phadus, servant of the Athenian people and lawmaker among the Ecclesia. This is Koragas, the Archon of the Simicky forces here in this region. Siagra, he skims over the shrewd woman, and Ancus, our liaison to the coalition of the Helots. First, Heliast's words are interrupted by the low call of an alarm. You turn to see a fleet of vessels sporting black sails, their flanks clad in iron plating, racing across the waves. A warband of Spartan Palaroia, highly skilled fleet killers. I'm really proud of how I just read that paragraph. There was so many words in there. Nailed them every time. How good. Choose. Signal for the Argo to cover the Simicky's retreat and lose a hull. Or order the Argo to pull back while the Simicky take the brunt of the attack Ooh. Ooh. Lose a humanity. What's our hull situation? 3. I don't really want to lose more hull. I suppose we can take one. We can take the hull down to 2. We've got the save Argo Fate. So, all right, we will lose a hull, and we will see 4. The Simicky Diplomacy +1, and then gain an Argo Fate. Hey, distrustful Simicky's good though. You give the signal and the Argo moves to the head of the fleet. You can already see the defensive Hemiolas deploying. Some Simicky vessels follow your lead, but most are committed to defending the fleeing civilians. As such, your own forces will lead the counterattack. C006. You notice a sudden discordance in the ranks of your foes. In the rear lines of the Palaroya, some of the ships have raised different colours, a white banner with a black helm emblazoned on it, and they are engaging the Spartans from the rear. The bulk of the raider force is now suddenly caught between 2 fronts. Confusion seizes the Palaroya at this betrayal, and their resolve falters before the desperation of survival fills them with a frenzy. Even with this sudden twist of fortune, the battle will not be without cost. It's bad, bad, bad times. We have to test courage or fury on a 9+, and each Argonaut has to do it. If we gain 2 to 3 successes, we lose a crew. If we gain 0 to 1 success, we gain a doom. And if we gain 4 successes, we have a good result. I either want 0 to 1 or 4. So this is going to be painful. All right, it is a courage or fury. So we have 1 or 1 here. We can add 1 danger to add 1. I think we're just going to raw dog it. So we're looking for an 8. We start with an 8. That's 1 pass. The next one, courage or fury, again, we start with an 8. I really don't want to get a success here because then I have to go for it. Oh, that's cocked. It's a 9. You're killing me, Deno. You're killing me. Oh. All right. 4 successes is what we're going for, I guess. Good news, we have 2 courage on Telebacchus, so that goes down to a 7. We will gain a danger to make it a 6, and we can spend a fate to reroll. So we're 6 with a reroll, 75% chance. It's a 6. This is a very rough play. And finally, she's fury, so we're going to add a danger, and we're 6 with a reroll as well. If I get 4 successes on this, I'm going to be absolutely chuffed. Come on. I raw dog a 7 and an 8 and a 9 in the first 2 rolls. Get in. 4 successes. The surprise seems to have numbed your foes. As the tide begins to turn, you and your allies rally quickly and the raiders are utterly routed. Gain 3 war machine resources and the party leader gains the roused condition card. Outstanding turn of events. Roused. This next fight's going to be a fun one. With the Spartan raiding fleet in ruins, you look to the vessels that bear the white and black colours on the sails, sudden traitors to their own kin. Soon you reconvene with your allies and the leader of the renegades. You lock eyes with him. He is a man of grim countenance, his features scarred by many conflicts. In his hands he holds a steel blade and a broad shield of thick cowhide and a gleaming bronze. He nods curtly to the Archon and the Spymaster, but he gives the Helias the cursory glance. He sneers at the Helot envoy. It seems that it is true what they say, he growls. The Argo and its people really are a force to be reckoned with. As you look upon the aged warrior, memories flash through your mind of one of your number. Memories of a time of glory, of opponents defeated, and the rush of victory. Then, just as swiftly, the memory fails. Gain the scorned champion. over here on Ulyssia. I shan't be doing that. All right. We want to see the Nietzschean fall, the warrior says, neatly sidestepping, identifying himself. He means to have us remain mere shadows of him rather than see us stand as true warriors. We wish to see him unseated and restore the old ways of Sparta. I wish to travel with the Argo as an advisor. I was once in the council of the Nietzschean and can tell you much about your foe and about your so-called allies. Accept the scarred veteran into your council, lose a humanity, or refuse to aid the scarred veteran. We gain diplomacy with the Helots, but we gain a doom. I really don't want to gain a doom. I really don't want to gain another humanity loss, but in for a penny, in for a pound. We will accept the scarred veteran into our council. Yeah, mark P4. C11. The scarred warrior smiles at your decision. Excellent. I'm glad to see that you have made the wisdom to make the right choices. I will make the arrangements and we can speak more at length later. There is much I can teach you in the coming days. With this decided, he turns on his heel and marches away. You note the unease that sits on the shoulder of the Simikian officials, and most of all those of Ancus, who glares after the warrior with a vehement rage. Gain a defector and a glory. Return to the voyage phase. Alrighty. Now we have to think about what we're going to do here. Oh no, timeline, structural research technology. Sluice gates, we don't need that. Refugee integration. Argo security. Argo security might be the go, friends. Finally we can test Argo fate where I'm about to lose crew. I think that's the go. Argo security. Alrighty. So what we can do now is use this. Okay, so this is the maps of all of the fortresses. Now all the fortresses have this icon, which means we lose either a crew or a hull every time we go onto that location. I am not interested in seeing many of those right now, so we're going to try and maneuver around them as much as possible. What I'd really like is to find a city, a little city, so I can use my city ability. So we might try and go around this area and see what we can find. Alrighty, so we're going to go across to 47. A glory, a glory. Timeline 1, we gain a Dreamwalker from our Dreamwalker tech, which we'll set up again next one. Add new Spartan Dreamwalker, and we'll pop that on the timeline again 10 days from now. Done. There is no other icons, so we'll do the exploration. Gain a Titan. We are not friendly with the local populace, so we just gain a Titan. All of a sudden we've got 13 of the bad boys. And gain 4 war trireme resources. That is epic. But the adversary moves. And gain 1 war machine resource, but the adversary moves. We are at 3 Argo Fate. Probably wanting to keep him as far away as we can at the moment, so we'll use a Fate to stop his movement. Alrighty. No, we won't use a Fate. I want to spend it on other things. We'll let him move. Okay. Nothing else on the timeline, so we will do another move. I think we'll go across to 46. Actually, let's look here. So we are here, we've gone here. Or are we looking at this the wrong way? Is it this way? No, I think it's this way. Tricky, tricky, tricky. You've got to use this map to really figure out avoiding those buffheads. Yeah, we'll go across to 46. We'll go across to 46. I don't think there's a second one there, based on my reading of that. 46. Oh, he's wrong. He's wrong as can be. No. It's another adventure hub, though. I should have gone up. Damn. Oh well, it is what it is. We'll go up now. We are going to spend an Argo Fate to try and avoid losing a hull. We need a good roll here. I think that's a fail. We need a 5. Do I spend another one? Going down to 1 hull. Let's look at the nymph situation. I think we need to try and re-roll that with Argo Fate and go to 5. That's quite hairy. I don't enjoy that. That's good. We don't lose the Argo hull. Encounter cards. 2 Fear Essence and a Danger as a group. And the guy moves. Where do we go? 46, yeah. And gain 3 War Trireme resources. Fantastic. Lose a Titan. Less than fantastic. I'd really like to lose a crippled one actually, but I can't. Dead. Stop assassinating my Titans, you refugees. Oh, it's getting hairy. It's getting really hairy. Story. I did not want to have a story at this point. I really did not, but it is what it is. A 2. So you tend to lose crew and hull in stories. The other Thermopylae, I've managed it. We've done it, friends. We've hit 5. We've hit 5 different stories. You love to see it. A war out there, fate. Who's got a fate? Scorned champion is a fate. And spewed by the abyss is a fate. Wonderful. What is it? The other Thermopylae. Oh, this is just... If I lose more dudes, I'm going to be devastated. A war out there. It's already a bad start. The occupied city looms closer and closer as you guide the launch toward the docks. Done a lot of reading in this one, haven't I? Darkness should soon provide you with cover, and even then you must remain cautious. This is Spartan territory now. As you make your way through the back alleys, you sometimes get glimpses of patrols and bands of warriors, all heading to the Acropolis. Though the soldiers remain vigilant, you can see the tension in their shoulders, their jaw snapped shut, those empty and haggard eyes. At one point you overhear a frantic conversation as one warrior tries to calm down the other. You strain your ears to hear what they are saying. Makarios, this is war. It's going to kill us all. That's the risk we have to take. Stop it, he whispers urgently. For a few seconds, you hear nothing but their heavy breaths as the fabric of their cloths rustled by the wind. I know it's hard, believe me, I hear them too, but you mustn't let it show. Otherwise you're done for. As you watch them leave, your gaze drifts towards the Acropolis with its broken marble pillars high above you. You need to get there. Here's the cool artwork. Yeah. So we can either get to the Acropolis disguised as Spartan soldiers, we all gain a fate. Our fate's pretty low at the moment. Or we go to the Acropolis disguised as helots. If we go as helots, we gain an Argo fate. Well, we've got to go 1 fate for everyone. 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 2. Countless silhouettes flash in the windows, only to disappear as soon as a patrol passes by. Your blood boils at the sight of these people hiding in their own city, but you have a role to play now. Fires are lit on the Acropolis as darkness falls and the shadows melt in silent gloom. Halfway up to your destination, you are stopped by a patrol and shoved into a side street where other slaves are unloading amphorae filled with oil. You grab your allotment and start moving up the street, but the steep incline makes your toil particularly difficult. You smile when you see the glow of the Acropolis's braziers, when suddenly there's a crash and oil runs down the hill. With horror, you watch a Spartan captain approach a crew member who broke the amphora and quickly backhand them. The helots cower to the side of the street, but the other Spartan randomly grabs some of you. Punches and kicks rain down your face so fast you barely have time to cover your faces. You could take them here and now, but then your cover would be blown and you doubt you would make it out of the city alive, so you just take it, powerless to do anything. Eventually, the Spartans have had enough and step back and order you to clean it up. Lose 1 crew. The party leader gains 1 rage. I think we'll make someone else the party leader, so it'll be Telebarcus. What's our Argo fate? 5. Oh, that's bad. Do we go down to 1 crew? I really don't want to go down to 1 crew. It's not even a guaranteed either. It's like a 7+. Where are we at the moment? We're on helots. It's an 8+. We just got to lose a crew. Yuck. Down to 1. C3. The least likely Argonaut gains the Coward's Way Memos card. Well, we gain that into our group section, so if an Argonaut dies, we gain that. There's a young captain and he's being a legend. He's basically telling everyone how great we used to be And the old guys are like, you're an idiot. So we gain a glory. And then choose. Turn the young soldiers against the veterans. Lose a humanity. Wait for the situation to calm down and isolate the veterans to convince them to defect. We will wait for the situation to calm down, isolate the veterans. Helot's diplomacy +1. We need Helot's diplomacy. And then C9. We are all in this together, the party leader proclaims, drawing the attention of the crowd. Young and old, ally or enemy, must fight with a cause in mind. We are all want peace and security for our loved ones. If you draw blood, know it is for a cause. By some miracle, you manage to defuse the situation. The young captain backs away, but keeps throwing piercing glances at the veteran. Thank you for preventing a bloodbath from happening. He clenches his fists. This war is getting to me. I am not the eager soldier I once was. Actually, I don't know what I am anymore. Join us and give new meaning to your life. You won't be thrown away like a broken tool. It would be desertion, he answers in a breath, hand shaking. He bites his lip, looking at his injured men. But there is nothing but death awaiting us here. The Nietzsche will know about this. You smile and shake his outstretched hand. And so will others tired of this war. Gain 1 defector. Great. I should spend those for things, actually. What do I spend them for again? Bonuses. Defectors. Lose a defector when you're about to perform a diplomacy test or any role in the adventure phase to add 3 to the result. Good. All right. That's actually really helpful. Really, really helpful. Unfortunately, we go to refugees. And we mark B9. One crewman left, piloting the Brave Argo. Return to the voyage phase. Yuck. We desperately need to find a city. My goodness. Hopefully there's a city above us right now. Got anything else on the timeline for this one? Did I mark that when we moved? I don't think I did. So we have a combat research. Ambrosia containment. Wonderful. All right, we'll go up. We'll go up. If we go down, we are going to a location we've already been to. If we go across, I'm worried we're going to find another temple or something. So we're going to go up to 39. 39. And there's another adventure hub. I don't want to do another adventure hub. Timeline. Combat encounter. All right, well, we'll fight another Chimera and let's hope. Let's hope we don't lose any crew in this adventure. This is devastating. We didn't have any adventures at all to kick off the game, and now we've just had like 5 on the trot when we don't want to lose crew. What adventure hub do we go to? Number 7. Finally, we'll get a second one. Intended purpose. The hand that you're dealt. Tragedy. How do I add another one? Oh, there you go. The hand you're dealt. Tragedy. The enemy camp is a hive of activity. I can't even handle this. I'm so nervous. The sounds of barking soldiers, clashing weapons and growling animals thicken the air. As you look down from your vantage point on the hillside, you see a complex of cages, gargantuan creatures housed within countless beasts you cannot identify from a distance. Beyond that, you see what can only be described as a field of wooden towers. A titan runs among them, harried by countless smaller figures zipping between them on structures on cables. Eventually, the giant falls from 1,000 cuts. You glance to your side where an older man lies prone, also watching the camp from narrowed eyes. Rags adorn his frame, the garb of a farmer. It was this man, Mikon, who told you of the camp where the Nietzschean trains his Thanporos warriors, the Titan hunters of his army, although the common people whisper another name for them, death dealers. Each Argonaut tests cunning or wisdom. If Argo Fate is 6 or more, subtract 2 from each test. It is not. Cunning or wisdom. Fail, you try to move with stealth. We do actually do this before the battle, right? Expedition step. Yeah. And then we do the encounter step. Great. Cunning or wisdom 8+. And we can gain 1 fate or 1 danger to add +1 for each. 0 to 1 successes is bad. 2 to 3 successes is good. Oh, 4 successes is amazing. We lose an Argo fate. Let's go for the successes. We'll start with Penelope. So it's cunning or wisdom. She has no buffs on either of those. Good start. 8+. Let's just raw dog it for her. She janks a nat 10, baby. Good. We've got courage 1 here. Or sorry, cunning or wisdom. We've got +2 cunning here. So this is a 6. We can make it a 5 with a fate or a danger. If we make it a 5, we don't increase our odds by that much, whereas a reroll on a 50-50 is a 25% increase. So I think we'll just go for a 6+. It's a 6. Great decisions. Telebarcus is going to struggle here. We've already got 2 successes, so there's no downside now. So we'll just probably raw dog it. It's an 8, if you don't mind. And finally, Olympia has cunning or wisdom. She has 1 wisdom. So she will gain a fate to make this a 6 with a 50-50 and then potentially... Come on. Oh, come on. Don't fail this for me. We'll spend a fate to reroll. Don't do it. Oh, you mug. Gain 2 black chain resources. We would have subtracted an Argo fate if we succeeded on all 4. She gains a fate from failing that test. Black chain, 2 resources. Cargo, black chain. 35. If we gain refugees or crew here, we're dead. Dead, I tell you. All right. What was it? 35? Passing through the camp, you observe what you can from the shadows. Every recruit you see, some children, bear horrific cuts and brands. You also spot a line of cages just large enough to hold a mortal, but not broad enough for them to lie down. Their inhabitants have neither drunk or eat in some time and are barely conscious. You come to the edge of a broad training field where a cluster of recruits face a taller officer clad in light armour and bearing the machina you know to be the Thanporos, hip-mounted attachments that can fire a rope and a grappling hook over long distances and pull the warrior aloft, allowing to sail through the air like a hawk. My boy, my son! Your son is here, you ask sharply. Mikon flinches fearfully. Forgive me, Argonauts. I thought if I told you the truth, you would not help me. They took Alcaeus months ago. Please, we must save these boys. They don't deserve this. C36. Gain the Helot's diplomacy. You'll never get a second chance at this. Once your presence is discovered, the Empire will bulk up their defences. Unleash the beast from the pens and destroy the whole facility. Lose a humanity, gain in glory. We shall do that. Humanity -7, gain in glory. 37. Seconds after you break the locks on the cages, chaos erupts. A titan thunders from its pens, a terrible growl in its throat. The other captured beasts break loose and tear the camp apart. Screams of horror mix in with the roaring snarls of monsters. Very few survivors persist, the most numerous among them being slain, beside being the young and experienced. You feel the guilt churn inside your heart. I just remembered I haven't done my exploration tokens deck. He was the enemy. He made me weak. Your heart goes out to the broken, confused soldier, but there is nothing you can do. Reluctantly, you turn away. You know that the image of the broken man, little more than a child, will stick with you. The Nietzschean must be stopped before more sons can be turned against fathers like this. Before more monsters of war can be unleashed upon the world. Departing the ruins of the camp, you find a titan wandering through the wreckage, silent as it regards the chaos. With little work, you capture it and regain it for the Argo. Gain 2 Argo fate, gain a titan. Everything has gone really, really bad all of a sudden. 1 crew. I'll just do my exploration because I didn't do those, I'm sure of it. Gain a titan, great. Gain 2 relief resources. We are just getting smashed on fate here. Gain 1 fate as a group. You can take 1 fate. And the adversary moves once. Gain 3 relief resources. And that's it. Alright, we're now going to face off against another one. Alright, do I have ability to get structural technology of war recruitment? What do I need? No. Wartime protocols, what do I need? War propylon, where do I get the war propylon from? How do I get the war propylon? I need it. There it is. War recruitment. Alright, we've got to take the war propylon, war recruitment next. We need to find a ship. We need to find a city. What is this? What is this other thing I can do? Political protection. No. I can do refugee enrollment at any time. I don't need to be in a city for that. Gain Argo fate to test diplomacy. Alright, well, I'm going to do that right now. No, I can't do it right now. Wrong phase. Advancement phase. I'll do that because I'm about to lose 3 Argo fate. For some reason I thought I had to be in a city for that, but I was wrong and I'm foolish. And I'll be able to make that a 4+ to do that. Argo fate 4+. We actually want the buffet to catch us now. This guy, we want him to catch us because then we'll lose more fate from the battles. It's Chimera battle time, friends. Let's get it done. We're still a level 2. We still have black breath everywhere. But maybe, just maybe, we can jank a win here and open ourselves up to some tasty treats. Usual standard preparations, friends. So we need to choose our Argo abilities. We will definitely be taking some abilities that lower ambrosia gain as much as possible here. And I believe we have a couple. So, as always, we always like to start with a nice break or opening tokens. We'll definitely go a power reroll. Will we need power rerolls? We've got rage everywhere. Didn't I get a, I'm sure I got a Argo ability. Ambrosia containment, I did. Sitting right here. That's the 3. And then the cannon. All right, we're going to take 2 fun Titans into this battle. We're going to take the Sky Seer. I'm going to give her the Labyrinth Mauler. All right, here is where we're at, I think. We have the Sky Seer, Herodotus with the Monsterneer, our Logic Breaker, piloted by Olympia. She's roused. Our other abilities, good. I'm happy with all of that. Let's whip over to this shot. We are set up. However, we need Cyclops traps. 1 by 1, place 2 Cyclops traps in the outer zones. These can't be Cyclops traps because you need all of them. Minimum 5 spaces apart and 5 spaces from any city. If a primordial moves through this tile, roll a d10. Ooh. But they have a chasm. That's a risky spot to put it, so let's put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up here. Just in case. All right. Let's shuffle these decks. The monster is facing to the right, which means only one person is in front. All right, we will seriously think about nymphs here if we need to. Seriously think about nymphs because yep, we may consider the Solitude Nymph or the Amalthea Nymph. Alrighty. Cyclops traps are set up. The Titans are all in place. We're good to go. The Primordial kicks us off with a Slither, the closest Titan in front in range. Pushback. So we'll do this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. Logic Breaker's got the Horizon's Edge, so she's fine. Yep, we're good with that. We then put this bad boy behind it, and three on a 7. No, sorry, 2 on a 10. Gain 2 Ambrosia tokens, so that is Phyloctera. We will lower that Ambrosia gain to 1 using one of our Argo abilities. And then we have 2 on a 10. Are you over 5 Fate, Fisher? You are not. So this is just, are you consumed by rage? You are not. So 2 on a 10. Each hit deals 2 danger. We can re-roll both of those because Fisher has the scale shield. We get no dodges. We can block for 1 fate. We will block for 1 fate. And that will then mean we take 2 danger. And we gain a negative precision token, potentially, after we draw our major trauma. Is that Show of Willpower? You may discard 2 condition tokens, a tokenless condition card or an Ambrosia token, or lose 2 fate. I will discard an Ambrosia token. Thank you. Wonderful card. Whew. All right, let's get ready to rumble. It's time. It's time for us to have a turn. And it's about damn time. Just going to check this Logic Breaker because there's some really great abilities here. Elation, Overbreak, Power Reroll, Opening. Okay, so the Olympia is at what rage right now? She's at 2 rage. Well, I definitely want to start with her, I think. Doesn't have any elation. Yep, Horizon's Edge. Okay, Olympia, Horizon's Edge. Do we want to put some opening tokens in the pool? Yes, we do. Second ability used. 2 opening tokens, 1/1. The Horizon's Edge will have a swing. Now where is the logic breaker? Ah, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Goes to there. Ran up here, went to there. 5 is a hit. 2 is also a hit because he is only defense 6. It's 2 hits. We have a hit location of the Lesser Temple. It's a 5. If we wound, we create a vantage point. She is -1 precision. 2 reds from the weapon, plus a red from the Titan, plus a black, plus an auto break from being a logic breaker. And we need a 5 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the break, which is unreal. No power reroll needed, so great start. Lesser Temple, create a vantage point. Wound. Wound. Good wound stack of 1. Vantage point created. Build the Kratos pool. We have reposition 2, so we will reposition 1, 2 from the weapon. We have opening 2 from the weapon. And from her we have overbreak, overbreak, and potentially overbreak as well. Yep, we'll go overbreak as well. And that was Olympia. She spent a rage. Next cab off the rank will be Phyloctera, being piloted by Fisher. She will spend her movement. No, we might actually roll the attack with the Temenos Xiphos first. Yep. So she gains a rage. Oh, she actually counts her thing as higher. Yeah, ignore cumbersome. Wielding the Temenos Xiphos, hitting with 1 swing on a +2, +4, so it's anything but a 1. It's a 5, that is a hit. We draw a 4, instinct, gain 2 ambrosia tokens. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? And that was a super solid. Instinct, gain 2 ambrosia tokens. Good news though, we discarded 1 ambrosia token, so she actually doesn't die. It's a real win for us. She's died every game so far, Phyloctera. She's been absolute trash. It's only a 4. We're currently in super solid mode, and that is if you attacked with the Club Cestus Slab Sword or Shield, it has +1. It does not. So we have 2 red from the sword, plus another red from the sword, looking for a 4. We have 3 break tokens. The sword itself has an automatic power reroll 1. So we will use this power reroll 1 from the sword, yep. And we get there, because it's a 4 in total. And we have multiple break tokens in the pool. Wonderful. 4 is a wound. We create a vantage point. The tidal mass. Done. The weapon has break 1. She has 2 rage on her, so she will put an opening and a break in there. We may change that to be an opening. She will sacrifice the movement. No, she's going to walk away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll nip back over here and we will put another level 2 into the body parts and we'll check what wound that was. 1, 1, 2. The wound type was corrosive, so no penalty for any of our weapons, because all of our weapons are stone, relief, divine, Hephaestion, cyclopean, or mythic. 2 breaks and 1. Our best bet here is the Sky Seer, I think, and we will fly with the Sky Seer, being piloted by Penelope. 1, 2, 3, 4, and she will spend a fate to automatically climb up onto a vantage point. She's over here. And she will make an attack with her Labyrinth Mauler. It is a 1 dice. It is +1, +2 overall. So she is looking for a 4. She gets an 8. That is a hit. And the hit location is the Peribolus Wall remains. Let's see if we can jank the wound. 1 black, 1 red, 1 red. Auto break 1. Over break 1 if we get it through. We need a 4. We've got a 4. So we've successfully wounded, however we have overbreak on this weapon, so we might want to try and re-roll that. It's actually effectively the same if we use the power re-roll because we don't have a free power re-roll. So we create a vantage point. Because we were on a vantage point, we deal a single wound and that weapon is exhausted. We did not overbreak. We are on 2, so we will put a 1 and a black token in there. Add another 2. Getting back into the swing of things now, remembering how things go, I think. Oh, it's a AI2, that's slightly suboptimal. That goes away. This gets added in here. 4 wounds down in the first turn, 10 to go. AI2 and BP2 on top. All right, we have Herodotus. He has our puzzle axe. He is probably pretty close to being our best option. So let's try and get him to climb up on top again. 1, 2, climb. Climb, Herodotus, climb. It's a 6. It's a fury check. Herodotus is fury, I believe, for Telemachus. No fury. There is 1 token on here, so the climb test is a 7. I thought he had fury. That's disappointing. We won't re-roll it. So we will just make an attack with our puzzle axe. It is deadly. It has +1 precision. There is 1 token in there. We critical. Oh. Man, he's got to convert here. He's got to convert. Got a power re-roll up my sleeve if I need it. 3 rage. Oh, hang on a second. He does actually succeed at that climb check because he's a monster. He has 2 rage. He has +1 to his climb check. So he is on the vantage point. It's not actually all that relevant, but we will see what it is. It's a snakehead. If your weapon has the axe trait, we got a crit. You may perform a bonus attack. Oh, it's so good. All right, dice. So here we go. If your weapon has the axe trait, it does immediately put a break token in the pool. I'll just check what that was. That was a super solid. So if attack with a club, no, we're not attacking with any of those. Oh, so on a critical, we can perform a bonus attack and we disable the Snake's Kiss AI card. Oh, that is awesome. All right, well, with 4 red dice for doing this, we have 1 black token in there. We have 1 overbreak. Sorry, 1 break, and we have 1 auto break as well. So we're a good chance to roll a 4 here, I would think. We'll use our black token on this, which doesn't do anything, but we made it anyway. We've got 5 there. So we've done a wound. I'll try and carve. We successfully carve, which means we gain a chimeric tar. This is a good fight. We deserve a good one though, because it's been pretty ordinary so far. So that's from carving. Deadly means we crit, so we add another token to the vantage point situation, and we get to make a bonus attack, which raises our rage again. We do not have to do anything else. That goes there. We gain another single wound, which means we put a second token on the primordial sheet for the critical mass. And we're about to hit it again with Telebarkus, rolling his axe attack, critting on a 9. Masterwork re-rolling 1s. It's a 5. Oh, I've got to do the escalation first, you know? Oh, that was an AI too, so we're putting a 3 in there. Yuck. And I really would have liked like a weapon or something from that, hey? Just anything would have been good. Just some sort of armor. Give me some sort of item. Mind you, I won't complain about doing like 8 wounds in the first turn. The Masterwork weapon hits and we do a swing on the goat head. Oh my goodness. All right, I forgot to do the Kratos pool, but I think we are pretty straightforward. It's opening 1 and we were opening 1 and we're 2 breaks and an opening. So that gets us through. We've tagged super solid again. We've now hit the goat's head, which is going to bump it over to gelatinous, which is fine because we're going to wound this. Immediately place a break token, plus we have auto break from the axe. Oh, it's all coming together. And if we do a wound, we gain Bellerophonic, which is just outstanding. He's just going to be up there his whole life. He's just going to be goat heading his way to victory. Let's see if we can roll a total of 4 on these dice. We can. We roll 6. Another wound. Bellerophonic. Another single wound. I'm sure I've shown off Bellerophonic, but I'll show it again. If you gain it again, you get to make a bonus attack. Hang on, we ignore reactions from that bonus attack. I would have checked that. I would have checked if it says you can choose to ignore reactions. Because I would love to not ignore that. Bonus attacks, 56. Bonus attacks. You may ignore attack responses. We shan't be ignoring it. We should be keeping it. And we gain another vantage point over here. That unfortunately gives a 3rd one of those. So once I've done this escalation thing, we will draw and resolve the first AI card, which I'm not rapt about, but it is what it is. Two. And then it's his turn too, by the way, so we'll see how we go. Liver pooling. Ooh, we've actually positioned really well for that. Target zone 2. Immediately attack. There is no one in the zone because we moved away. So we're then going to do some ambrosia pools. One's going to... Oh, this is beautiful, Deno. Beautifully done. Professional Chimera killer over here. Now, when you place a terrain tile over one that's already there, I believe the terrain tile is destroyed if it's destructible. If it's not destructible, you don't destroy it. Is my recollection. So I'm going to leave it as that. Liverpooling. It's funny, by the way, Liverpool. No ambrosia tokens dealt out after final attack. Ambrosia tokens. Zone attack done. It's the end of the Titan turn. So we now do the Primordial's turn. He's going to draw an AI card. It is Putrefaction. Closest Titan in front, there is none. The closest Titan in range is either the Logic Breaker or Phyloctera, who has the higher rage. It's no one. Telebacus is our priority target at the moment, so we get to choose here, and we will definitely choose the Logic Breaker and try and keep everyone safe. Push back and attack. We're going to do an out of reach evade here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we can't quite do an out of reach evade without spending a lot of fury, a lot of fate rather. So we can take the attack then. Closest push back and attack. If the fate is 4, it is. It's an extra dice. Whoa! 1 ambrosia token per hit. Each hit deals 1 danger. Okay, so this is the best possible target for this because the Logic Breaker has the Spewed by the Abyss, so we can ignore, or we can roll a dice to try and avoid ambrosia tokens, and that's all. But we do have 2 reflex actions here, so we could actually walk away. We could actually get out of range. I'm gonna take the hit, I think. This could be a gamble that I don't need to take, but we'll try it. Moves 4, 5, or 3, sorry, 4, and then I can use my Labyrinth Armor to stop the pushback. So that is the end of the movement, and then we are Fate 4, although Penelope might be scorned with raid, no. So we are Fate 4, so it's going to be 6 dice on a 7+. Suboptimal. 6 dice on a 7. This is a bad plan, Deno. What are you doing? And then I gain 1 ambrosia token per hit. We're not going to get much danger from this, but the ambrosia tokens will be what kills us. So let's see how many 7s we can roll. We can roll 4. We enjoy that a lot. So that's 2 ambrosia tokens and 2 danger. Now on the ambrosia tokens I can roll 8+ to gain them. Yep, so I gain 2 ambrosia tokens. I could lower the ambrosia gain to 1, but I won't. I'll save that. So she has 3 ambrosia limit because she is not got Black Breath, Olympia. She She's consumed by rage though, so she would have had that irrespective of her fate anyway. Yeah, good. So 2 ambrosia tokens and 2 danger from the 2 hits. She is wearing labyrinth armor. She blocks both danger, so she doesn't suffer any danger from that attack. That is the end. The reason I elected to not try and evade that is because we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 wounds. So if we do 3 more wounds from the vantage point, we will actually be game over. So that's what we're going to try and do this turn. Okay, it's over to our turn. The only people that will be able to attack is the Logic Breaker, Herodotus, and the Sky Seer. We do have to do climbing hold-on checks. The Sky Seer, she rolls a 2, which I think is a fail. Let me check. It's an endurance check, and she is being piloted by... Yep, that's a fail. Damn, I would have loved her to stay up. That's probably okay, because she can automatically climb back up. She falls and soars. Whee! And she'll just land right here. Damn, ah well, that's fine. Just have to hope the Logic Breaker can pass the climb check. And Herodotus, of course he rolls a 1. What's your fate? He's re-rolling that, because he literally can only fail on a 1. He passes. Okay, it's an AI 2 on top. So we are going to do the Sky Seer first. She's going to sacrifice her movement to unexhaust her gear card. No, she's not. She's going to use A Night to Remember and exhaust that. To unexhaust that. She will then attempt to climb. The climb test is +3. She automatically passes. Oh no, she can't automatically because that's still tapped. All right, well she'll just try and roll it then, I guess. Big roll, Penelope. It's a fury check though, and she is fury +2 as well as +3. So she needs anything but a 1 or a 2. I really shouldn't have said that, but we got a crit, so we're good. She climbs up, she's back on there, and she has a swing with her Labyrinth Mauler. Gains a rage. Don't need any break tokens, don't need anything else. We've got a power reroll up our sleeve, so let's roll to hit with our Labyrinth Mauler. It's a 1, we'll spend a fate to reroll. It's a 7, that's a hit. I'll just double check our last wound that we did, that I marked it correctly. Gelatinous. So what are we attacking with for gelatinous actually? Attacking the weapon other than a club. No, we are attacking with a club. Delightful. And it is the lion head. How good's that? So it's only 5 and it's going to stay gelatinous. Red, red and black, needing a 5. 2 power rerolls. Easily knocks it over. Gain the Bellerophonic card. Single wound. That was an AI 3. And a 3. And we now build the pool. 10 wounds down. So the Labyrinth Mauler has auto break 1, done. She has one black. Hi friends, unfortunately the audio for the last part of this video cut out, so you will not be able to watch the entirety of this end battle with audio. But I'll give you a quick summary of what happened. We killed the Chimera, and it was an exciting end where we had our good friend Herodotus on top of the Chimera, and he managed to gain the Bellerophonic card a second time, which resulted in him being able to make a bonus attack, and we were able to convert the bonus attack and pick up a very large number of extra resources. It was an extremely exciting finish. I then converted the refugee into a crewman for the cost of 1 Argo Fate and a reroll, and that leaves us where we are now. So appreciate everyone sticking along. We haven't made too many mistakes along the way. There's been a couple, but mostly relatively minor. But I hope you've enjoyed seeing what Cycle 2 looks like. We will continue. The next episode is coming out in a little while, and I will catch you all then. Big Deno, out.